Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday morning, July 13th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWM, and triple Qs. So, obviously, in half an hour, the CPI comes out. And again, tomorrow we go all over it again with the PPI. I was looking at somebody sent into the trading room, I think it was at least 9 or 10 analyst expectations for this number this morning. And they're all right next to each other. Nobody, they're either all going to be right or all going to be wrong. And that's basically, the deal with listening to any of these so-called experts or talking heads. It's useless. Right now, these numbers are going to change, but the overnight high is 382.20. In fact, it's getting higher as we speak right now, and 380.30 is the overnight low. Let's talk about what's really important. First on the profile and then on the daily chart and what's going on. So right now, we spiked lower yesterday, late in the day, just like we did the day prior to the CPI being announced last time. That following day, we gapped low. We had a gap of 500-600 points. And then the next day, another huge gap. We still haven't taken back the first gap from back out of that 8-day balance. Are we going to get a repeat this morning? Well, it depends. The bottom line is this. We had wide point of control yesterday. If they don't, right, if the number makes them think inflation's even worse than it is. And again, these numbers are meaningless because we know inflation's really bad, and they'll revise them next month anyway. But if we open anywhere below B and K's low, inside of L or M, well, the price spike at that point right now is being accepted, and you're going to have lower value, and I'll look for shorts against B and K's low. Sellers will firmly be in charge below this level. That's number one. Number two, if we gap lower, again, it depends on the size of the gap. If the gap's huge, like it was last time, I'm not going to be jumping in to take a short right away. If it's a gap of $1 or less or so, I'll take it, and then you can either use the gap low as your fill as you're out, or L's low as you're out, where the price probe was. So those are two scenarios on the downside. If the number comes in and they're not that worried about it, and we open smack in the middle of balance and value, well, there's nothing really there. You're going to be trading at the POC. If you pull back then, now where there were sellers yesterday, you can see now if there's not going to be, and there's going to be buyers there, you can take a long against B and K's low out below it. And on the last scenario, we gap higher, well, then you would be putting the daily back into balance. And again, depending on the size of the gap, you could take a long then out if the gap fills, because any acceptance back below E and H is high, you would go back to the point of control. There's your scenarios. And again, you're getting this live while with live webinars we're trading throughout the morning. Now, let's go to the chart real quick, because there's a couple of things we should speak about. First off, we have the weekly. It's an inside week last week, and so far an inside week this week. For us to come out of the inside week, we either have to go up $8 from where we're trading now, or down 9. Is that possible? Of course it is after a number like that comes out. So keep that in mind if we come out of an inside week to the upside or downside. You go with that trade and you monitor it for continuation or lack of. And then on the daily, so here's the last time. We had the 8-day balance. The day before, just like yesterday, the market sold off heavy late in the day, and then we had the huge gap down and another huge gap down. Now, when we had those two huge gaps down, what was interesting was we couldn't go trend down those days. In fact, we had very wide point of controls, and the question we were posing to the room is, was that long-term buying on both June 10th and June 13th? Very possible. Remember, this is emotional trading. Algorithms don't care, and the retail trader follows along. So that was emotional short-term trading, being absorbed possibly by long-term buyers. So the question we have to ask ourselves today is, if we get the same scenario and we gap lower or we push lower, are we going to find long-term buyers again to defend the yearly low right now? That's one question we have to ask ourselves. If the number isn't bad and we just come into balance, then I think we're just going to chop, right? Right now the daily's down. If we take out yesterday's high, it'll be a 6-day balance including today. So then you'll just be strictly in balance. And then the worst scenario for bulls is the number makes the market look lower and we gap lower. But this time, instead of possibly having long-term money absorbing these short-term sellers' moves, they join the fray and jump to the sell side. These are things we all have to prepare ourselves for as the trading day is about to begin. Thanks for the likes and subscribing to this channel. Good luck trading today. I am leaving at 2:30 today, so the video will probably be a little later this afternoon. Have a great day, everybody.